I forgot.
Boom. It's okay.
Oops.
I almost forgot to for a second.
Hello.
Welcome in, everybody,
Long
to
time no see.
episode.
I don't even know.
I'm gonna guess shit. If we had 10,
Yes, definitely have had 10.
I'm gonna guess this is 11.
You
Welcome
think?
into episode 11 of Not Just Sports. I'm your host Justin Scott.
And I'm Steph Forrester.
Peace, love, and
I'm tired.
what are we gonna talk about?
That's what I asked you when you didn't answer me. You said you were going to take the lead.
I had to keep you on your toes for this one.
Does that mean it's going to be interesting?
I think so. It's been a long. So the last time we did it was right after the Super Bowl, the day of the Super Bowl. A very
No
short.
way. Really?
Yeah. A very short 10, 15-minute reaction of the Super Bowl, which I believe was February 12th.
So it's been over a month. Almost.
Well,
It's been 2 months.
if it was the 12th, it's been exactly 2 months. So let me see.
It's a long time.
It was the 11th. So just over 2 months. And a lot's happened over the last 2 months.
I know
And I think,
my dad's been asking. He said last week, he was like, it's been a while since the pod. And I was like, but it was funny because it was on a Friday and it was like a family dinner night. And I was like, well, we do them on Fridays and I'm here at family dinner. So that's why we can't do it.
well, he must have been like, what about the other 6 Fridays? What happened there?
A couple of them were family dinner nights.
Yeah. A lot of it was just laziness and just
And
some
we
of
went
it being
away.
busy. And what?
We went away.
We did go away, and that feels like ages ago. And that to think that was 5-6 weeks ago,
Yeah, wild.
right? So we can definitely talk about that a little, our little trip. And a lot's changed in my life since then.
Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely.
Lots. I've been through a whirlwind of shit.
I forgot.
And
It's been so long.
I know.
Because that was February break, right? That
Yeah.
everything changed.
Yep. And the 11th would be a week before February break, so I had no idea what was coming for me. But
Do you care to share with the class?
oh, I'd love to. But I don't know if we should get there first. We are not just sports, so I think I just want to get a little tiny sports section out of the way first, and I think you'll be happy to talk about this one. Well, first of all, the Red Sox started out really well, and now they stink. But we're going to be going to
Did
games.
you think that they were going to be good? I thought everyone knew they were bad.
Low expectations, but they started out 7-3, and we were like, or I was like, maybe they got something here off this good start. But now they've lost 4 straight, all at home. So not looking the best, but we're still going to go to games is my point, and that's something exciting.
Are we going to go on Tuesday?
I think so. Yeah, it's like $8,
Perfect.
and it looks to be nice out, so I think it's a great day to go. But not much to say about the Red Sox. Also, the Celtics playoffs start in exactly a week or in 8
going.
days, something like that.
We're going.
And we're definitely going to be going, and my goal is to go to a game every round. And last year, I went to 4, you went to 3, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I did not go to one in the Hawks series.
Right. And
did.
we went to one against Philly, and that's the game James Harden went off.
2 against Philly.
Huh?
2 against Philly.
We did, but the first one, James Harden went insane, and Philly won, and we were like, we can't
see a loss.
Exactly. So we came back the next game, and I'm pretty sure they blew them out.
Yes, they did.
And it was a very entertaining game. From what was going on.
Was
in
that the one
stands.
that was like the loudest beginning ever? Remember? Do you remember that?
No, that was Miami. That was my 4th one, your 3rd one. Game 5 against Miami. Mm-hmm. So they had obviously gone down 3-0, 1-1 in Miami to make it 3-1, and we went to that game 5 where they started out on like a 20-5 run, and I've never heard the Garden that loud in my life.
Crazy.
And I've been to a good amount of playoff games, but
it was crazy.
Insane. And I remember asking the Heat fan in front of me, how nervous are you about the Celtics coming back 1 out of 10? And he said a 7, I believe. But we fell short, of course. But this is a new season and new opportunity. And I'm saying, everybody's saying, if it's not this year, when the hell is it going to be? Now, if they lose, everybody's under contract for next year.
Even
The
Al?
main pieces. Al might have.
I'm just worried about Al.
Yeah,
I want to see him win.
They have to win for Al. They do. I think he has. He finishes out this year, and he has 1 year left. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe he has 1 year left. The band will be back together next year for sure, but the East is weak this year. The Bucks are underperforming. The Heat don't seem to be as dangerous as they usually are, but once the playoffs come,
I don't
who
believe
knows?
that for any second. They were supposed to be bad last year, right? With all the undrafted people and all the... Yeah.
You nailed it, yeah. And they're around the same record, around the same seed. But it's just, it feels a little different. They aren't playing well at all towards the end of the year, and I could be wrong, but I feel like last year at the regular season they started to turn it up. But point stands that the East is very weak this year. So you damn well better get to the finals. And if you do get to the finals, you're looking at likely Denver.
Or Luka.
Or Luka. And I was trying to remember our Western Conference, Eastern Conference, and championship picks. And if I
remember mine.
You were Dallas and Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember who you had winning. That's
Dallas.
You had them beating Denver? Did you really?
I did.
Wow.
You can go back and look.
I would love to.
I'm pretty sure I said a Dallas Celtics finals, and then I had us beating, obviously, Luka, even though I love him so much.
Wow. I knew you had Denver Dallas, but I thought...
No. Because you had Denver, and I was like, that seems too easy.
We can't pick the same one,
Exactly, so I had to be a little different. And I said Luka, because I love him.
Okay. Maybe you are right. And I had...
Oh, I know I am. I know who
Okay, I believe you.
Yes.
I believe you. I mean, Dallas would be a great series, too. Obviously, you have the whole Kyrie stuff.
I don't even care, but
playing the
he's
best
irrelevant
basketball.
to me now.
You know what?
He's irrelevant.
I feel the same way, and I honestly, dare I say, I don't want to say become a fan of his, but I just appreciate the talent. He's just so skilled, and it's something unlike that I've ever seen, just the way that he handles and finishes at the rim.
Him and Luka are a good duo, huh?
They are. And
Who was it? Was it Nick that said that he needs to find somewhere where he can be like a good number 2 or something?
Kyrie?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I remember hearing that years ago. And he found it with Luka.
Mm-hmm.
He's good number 2.
Mm-hmm. Because since LeBron, he really hasn't had that. And in Boston, he was supposed to be the number 1, so he couldn't really do that. And then he went to the Nets, and Durant was the 1, and he was supposed to be the 2/3 with when Harden came. But it hasn't really worked since he left. LeBron is the point. And I don't know the amount of wins that they've had. It's something like 18 out of 20. They've been playing the best basketball in the league. So I think that's a really good pick by you. My Western Conference runner-up was the Lakers, and as entertaining as they are, just not looking the best. But just insane to think that the West play-in, so you know the play-in tournament?
Yes.
7 through 10.
Yes.
And you know how it works, right?
How the play-in works, or like how?
Just how it's formatted.
I'm assuming that 9 and 10 play each other.
Yes.
And 7 and 8 play each other.
Yep.
And then they get spots 7.
Almost. Well, you're on the right track. So 7 and 8 play. The winner becomes a 7 seed. The loser of the 7-8 game plays the winner of 9-10.
And then they become the 8.
And the winner of that game becomes 8.
Understood.
So Lakers are 10th right now. It's a 3-way tie, 8 through 10. So a lot can happen.
Who's 8?
Sacramento.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting. The West play-in is damn near as exciting as the playoffs, just because you have Durant, Curry, and LeBron. And it's just going to be must-see TV.
Who's 7?
What?
Who's 7?
Phoenix. So it goes Phoenix 7, Sacramento 8.
Who's winning in the? Who's one? I mean, obviously one's Denver.
Yeah.
2's Dallas.
No, Dallas is 5. 2
Who's
is Minnesota. 3 is OKC. Very random teams.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
And OKC?
Mm-hmm. Very young ascending teams who kind of came out of nowhere this year. Everyone kind of expected them to be at least decent, but they've very much overperformed. But you don't know Anthony Edwards yet? Probably not. But
that name sounds very familiar, actually.
Yeah,
I think I've just heard all the other people talk about him, but I have no idea who he is or what team he's on.
He's always been good, but I believe in his second year is when I wanted to buy his jersey, and it rubs me the wrong way to buy a jersey of another team. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I like this guy a lot, and now in year 3, right? He's becoming everybody's favorite.
What team is he on?
Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, I would.
But
not have guessed that.
they're playing great. OKC 3, like I said, 4 is the Clippers. And they play Dallas first round. And that's quite a great rivalry. And I'm pretty sure Dallas beat them once. And the Clippers beat Dallas once. And one of the games that you remember was the bubble. I remember watching it with you. Luka had the game winner against them, against the Clippers. The deep three.
Probably when I
three.
fell in love with him. Yeah.
I think that was the first day, yeah.
So who's 6?
6 is... New Orleans. Zion.
Oh, is he even... I forgot about him.
Zion's
Does he do anything anymore?
He's had a good bounce back year, and I feel like the spotlight has come off him a lot because he was supposed to be like the next phenom in the league.
I don't even know who that is.
Huh?
I don't know who that is.
Zion?
No, I know who Zion is, but the next who?
Phenom, like phenomenon.
Oh, I've never heard that term before.
That's insane to me.
Phenom?
It's a pretty common term.
I've never heard that.
Really?
No, I've never
Wow,
heard it.
well, now you have. He was the next big thing. And that pressure kind of got to him, and he gained a shit ton of weight, and
Well, he was
didn't seem
injured,
to
right?
be focused on basketball. Yeah, he dealt with injuries as well. But he's
How
had
old
a pretty
is he
good...
now?
Old?
Yeah, how
He's
old?
young. He's 23. Real young.
I just remember hearing all the hype.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
never seeing... I don't think I've ever seen him play, ever. Ever.
He hasn't really played in big games yet, and I guess this year he'll have an opportunity to. They've had ups and downs this year, but they're pretty solid. The West is just crazy. It's going to be a great playoffs. I'm very excited. And just from a Celtics perspective, like we said, if this is not the year,
I'm
when the hell
nervous.
is? You got to be nervous.
I think I don't like that they're favored so much. I think
know.
that's what makes me nervous.
And they're not used to that per se.
I know.
I'm pretty. They were favored in the East last year for sure, and then they crumbled, but not to this extent.
That's what I mean. It's like they're like way better than everyone else.
Yeah, they
I don't
are
like it.
13 games ahead of second place Bucks, and in the league ahead of Denver, I believe they're like 6 or 7 games. So
That's scary. I don't like it.
Maybe it's just meant to be.
It's false hope. No.
And something that I've been saying, a take that I want to be heard is, I'm sure a lot of people out there are saying that they're afraid of the Miami Heat, which I understand, but
I think you said that directly.
that I'm afraid of the Heat?
Yes.
Yeah, I am. But I feel like they have to be part of the journey to Banner 18. They have to
Redemption.
squash that demon of beating the Heat.
You know what would be even better? Is if they also had to beat San Francisco. I mean, I don't want them to be with San Francisco in the finals, nor would it be
Who's San
like
Francisco?
Golden State.
Okay.
That felt scary. I thought it was
Why
gonna
would
fail.
you just say Golden State?
I don't know.
They're not the San Francisco Warriors. That was just so bizarre to hear.
I don't know,
that.
but their city is San Francisco.
I mean, yeah. They rep the Bay
Anyways,
Area. Okay.
regardless,
Why would you say San Francisco?
I don't know. Yeah, so now you can't make fun of me for not hearing a phenom. Because you also the same type of reaction.
They're not the San Francisco. That is not the same thing.
Yeah, but
they're the Golden State Warriors.
But their
Why
city
the
San Francisco.
Stop it. No,
Their
that's
city's
not
San
comparable
Francisco.
at all. Stop.
Anyways, I feel like both of them are the ones that, like the ones that we lost to. It would be fun if they were both in it, but I also don't want them to play. I mean, I know Golden State's bad this year, but
They're so. They've won 9 out of 10. They're one of the hotter teams, but again, they're in the same situation as Lakers. They need to win likely 2 play-in games just to make the playoffs.
right,
And then you're probably playing Denver in the first round. So
right.
we'll see what happens.
But I know what you mean. Yeah, about the beating Miami
Yes.
to win. Yeah.
Must. And I think I already said that our plan is to go to a playoff game every round. Does that mean the finals too?
I was also thinking that, and so was my bank account. Was also thinking that.
We're looking at least probably $1,000. And am I in the position to pay that amount right now? No. God, no. But if this new betting method works, then maybe we'll be able to. So
Yeah, only doing. Did you take my advice? No more parlays.
yeah. So kind of off topic, but I feel like that kind of wraps up everything about the NBA. We're going a lot of playoff games, and the Celtics are obviously the favorites. So my new strategy as of, I don't even know how long it's been now, but I set limits on every single app. So even if I were to stick with one app and set a limit on that one, I would go to another app right away. So just setting it on one, the main one that I use, wouldn't solve the issue. So every app imaginable.
5.
There's 5 ones, and I have $10 limits on each one. So if I lose everything, it's only $50 a week. In which you do
Do
my.
you use MGM?
No, I don't have MGM here. I have Fanatics, which is my new favorite, ESPN Bet, FanDuel, Caesars.
That's the one I'm confused by. I knew the other ones.
Caesars and DraftKings.
What's
I did have
Caesars?
MGM, but I switched it out for Caesars because it was just acting funny for me. It just kept not placing bets and messing up my location and stuff.
Maybe they knew
Knew what?
about your problem. They said
You know,
You
there's
don't
a
even
lot.
need to
There's
say-
a lot of people out there worse than I am.
100%. Yes, 100%.
And
And I'm
I-
very happy that you even set the limits. That's very good.
oh, thank you. So I won one tonight, $10 to win $8, and I'm gonna flip it again. And the A's might be screwed, but why was it going down this
About
road?
your new method of betting. First, you set the limits on each app,
Okay, yeah.
and then
So it got to a point where I just realized that I can't keep doing this. I can't just put $100 on stuff randomly and all that. And I've said on here I'm done and all this BS. I'm just kidding myself, really. Is it a healthy addiction now? Probably not. But I think
healthier.
I think I should be proud of the progress that I made. That I had the courage to set limits on everything, and $50 a
move.
week. It was more than that in a day. So
A good move.
yeah, thank you.
A very good move. And then you started taking my advice, which is because what was your one problem? You would do all the parlays and lose by one.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, do each bet individually, and then you only lose one instead of losing the whole thing.
Uh-huh. And
now you have started.
well, tonight was the first night that I decided to do that.
Good job.
So we'll see how the second game goes, but the first one was a winner.
Proudly.
And I was saying this because maybe, see, I'm thinking like I hit a single and then hit another single and another, and I'm just going to carry over the winnings.
Mm-hmm.
So say if I somehow reach like, we're probably talking $500-$600.
Okay.
And I don't know if I would have the courage to just put that on a single right away. I feel like I should save some of that money. But
maybe half. Yeah.
long story short, it would be really cool to have these bets pay for tickets.
Yes. 100%.
I think that's a good method because last year the Miami game actually falls into that.
I kind of remember
category.
this.
Yeah, I said if I'm pretty sure I texted you if I hit this bet, and it was like a SGP in Game 4, Celtics Heat. If I hit this, then we're going.
And we did.
And we did go. So
Yes.
shit like that.
Yeah, that's
hopefully-
okay. Cassandra will text me all the time and be like, "Oh, just won like $250," and I doubt that she does the big parlays. She probably. I told her that she should give you some advice.
Yep, I could
So-
definitely take it. She
'Cause-
probably does NHL, and that's
yeah,
it,
she
right?
definitely does.
Yeah.
But I remember there was like one weekend where she was like, just won 250, and then like the next day, same thing. But she
Man.
definitely does NHL. 100%.
See, the thing is, the old me, if I won 250, it'd feel like it wouldn't be enough for me. Like I want 1,000, I want 500. It's not enough. But I won $8 today, and I should take that as a small victory.
It is.
So I'm turning a
Because
corner
it adds
here.
up. Just like, because if you reverse it, because before you'd be like, well, I'm just putting $5 to win like 600. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So you're like, oh, I'm only betting 5. But then that eventually adds up to
Right,
a lot of money
and it's
that
never
you've
gonna
you've
fucking
put
win.
into it. However, if you reverse it and it's like, oh, I only won $5, but if you win $5 every day, it adds up.
That adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
It's hard to take small W's. You just want the major big W.
It is for sure. I remember like I would not place bets because I'm like, well, if I'm only gonna win like $6,
Right.
there's no point. Yeah. Because at that point, I'd rather just keep the money that I already have.
And you win friggin' one of that standard, like 5 to win multi-hundreds, and you're like, shit, I can do this every time. because I'm a genius, and it just doesn't work that way.
No, unfortunately not. That's why all these companies have a lot of money.
Yes. But you know what makes me feel better about it? So you cut my hair. That's saving money.
Yes.
I don't participate in things that I used to. If you know what I'm getting at.
Yes.
You don't?
I think I do.
I don't think you do. Just based off your face.
I don't know
Because
why you're being so
it's a
cryptic
kid
about it.
show. I don't smoke weed anymore, really.
I was like, a kid show. I was like...
So I don't really pay for that anymore. So I'm
Oh.
like, why the fuck can't I
That was
spend-
what I was thinking, so I was right.
Okay.
You just made it sound more serious than it was.
Well, I know. It's a kid show.
Anyways,
So
it's not a kid show.
as I have a drink in my
I
hand.
say not for kids when I upload it every time.
Really?
Yeah, there's an option to say it's for kids
Well, I
and
didn't
not
know
for
you did
kids,
that.
and I say
Wow.
not for kids.
So I don't pay for weed anymore, and I'm like, why can't this be just one of my extra expenses to take place of that?
You know what I was thinking of? You're right. Yes.
Okay.
But I was thinking of like how I don't know, when you think of like saving money, it's like, oh well, you don't spend money on things and you can't do anything, you can't go out do all this stuff. But another thing that we did recently was we got our AMC passes.
Mm-hmm.
That is technically saving money,
Definitely.
but we still get to do fun things. You know what I mean? Like little things like that, like kind of finding loopholes in order to save money. But it's like, it's not like we have to sit down and do nothing and only like not go out and not do things.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of paying $24 every time we go see a movie, we now pay $24 a month and then can see 12 movies in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saving so much money, but we still get to do the fun thing, you know? So it's
It's
like finding fun ways to save money where you still get to do things.
As simple as it sounds, I didn't really wrap my head around just how good of a deal it was.
It's crazy.
It's like we've done 2 already or 3 since the
2.
past 2, right? Which normally would be over $50, but
Wait, okay, so it would be for because we usually do it where someone buys the tickets, someone buys the popcorn. So
Yeah.
like one person is spending $25 on tickets, one person spending like about the same on popcorn and drink.
like 15 probably, right?
No, it's
I think
more.
mine was, I bought it last time, was like
Yeah, but we get
16.
the free upgrade now. That's why. So
Yeah,
if
but
we would have
okay,
gotten
so
the large,
it's
it would have been
not
a $20 at least. But
Maybe. Okay.
yeah, it would have been like $20.
No way.
Because we get the
What?
free upgrade. We pay for a medium, but we get a large.
So
with
large is what, like 10 and change?
I don't know.
Then the water's probably like 6. We're splitting hairs there. That's sorry.
Anyways,
I didn't want to start.
regardless,
arguing
we
with you.
both usually spend somewhere between 20 and 25 per movie trip because, like I said, someone buys the tickets, someone buys the popcorn. But now we both pay 25 for a month when one of us would usually be paying like 25 per movie, roughly.
And
20 to 25 per movie. And that's with buying child tickets. We're already cutting the corners to save the money and buying child tickets when we're not supposed to be because it's cheaper.
hey,
And we're still spending $25.
it just in comparison to adult tickets, the amount of times we've done child, wonder how much money that saved us.
I know.
Well, it's like $2 every time, but we've seen a lot of damn
I
movies.
know.
So.
But do you know what I'm saying now? So we were spending money on child tickets and still spending $25 per movie.
Yeah.
And now we have to spend, it's crazy how much money we're saving.
No, it's unbelievable. And I wish you kind of just put the hammer down and said, we're doing this. I wish you did it earlier.
I
But
do
props
too.
to you for pulling the trigger on it.
I do too. Well, also what really got me was they were doing a deal where the first month you were not even paying $25. We paid 99 cents.
Right.
So these 2 movies we've seen for 50 cents each. Although I was a little shocked that even with the popcorn upgrade, I know we don't, it's technically comes with a drink upgrade too, but it's like the fountain drink, not the
Yeah.
bottle. So I know the bottled water is the same price no matter what.
We should just start bringing our own bottle of water. That's another way to save.
We should, yeah.
Just
and
a
then
bottle of
and then
water
we can
each.
get like a fountain water,
Yeah.
like
Well,
get a fountain drink.
That too.
That we do get a free upgrade for, I think,
Because that big Dasani's probably like $5-6. So
easily.
yeah.
But I was shocked that we got the free upgrade. So we pay for a medium, get a large popcorn, plus the water, and it was still $17. I was like, wow.
Yeah. It was a brilliant move. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we're going to the movies again next week with your father. I'm very excited.
Yes.
We just
I need
can't
to pick a time.
It's just, honestly, it's my favorite place to be. I love the movies so much.
I do too. It makes me so happy.
Me too.
So happy. I
Me
love
too.
being there. Even if the movie's bad, which usually we don't see any. We've only ever seen one bad movie.
Yeah, Green
in
Knight's all I
theater.
can think
Yeah.
of.
Is the only one where I was sitting there and I was like, I
I'm
don't want to
bored.
be here. Like I was like,
Yeah.
this is not good.
So
But other than that,
we saw The First Omen and Monkey Man, both pretty good.
my dad loved Monkey. He just saw it tonight.
And I'm excited to talk to him about it on Wednesday.
Oh, he'll have so much to say. He said, and I quote, "Oh, that was good."
Hasn't followed up. But
Yeah, no, he said nothing.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm excited to talk to him about it because I loved it too. I liked it more than you did. I would have given it a 4 out of 5. You
I
did
know
3.5.
I've thought about it. I probably should have given it a 4, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to stand. I'm also very easily influenced, so I'm like, that was my initial gut reaction was the 3.5, and then you said 4, and I was like, am I just being influenced because you think it's a 4? So I'm trying
Maybe.
I'm trying to stick by Prez's rules where the score is the score.
No, that's fair.
So
That's fair.
even though I do think it was a 4.
It is easy to be influenced by others. Once you hear other perspectives, it
Yes.
kind of it influences your own perspective a lot.
100%. So I'm trying to stick by what I originally gut feeling thought.
Yeah, I
Because
like
you
that.
thought the same thing about First Omen. I gave it a 3, and you said 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I still think I stand by the 3 though.
I think I gave the half bonus point because I understand how hard it is to make a good movie in that world, like a Catholic horror. It's everything's been done, but I feel like they just did it.
They
in
did do
such
it
a good
very
way.
well. Like no cheesy possession type of stuff.
Right.
Like it was actually good.
Yeah.
I think it made me want to see the first one.
No, same. We're definitely going to.
I think the 3 that I gave it was out of pure confusion in some parts. Like with whatever that devil thing was that was burnt. I was like, what is this? That was burning. And then that one character that I don't think really had a purpose at all.
Which one?
The lady that killed herself.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't really understand what her purpose was.
well, I
at all.
think she had a purpose. They just didn't necessarily say what it was.
And she did kept popping up, so you knew she was important. But I was like, what was her?
Yeah.
She really didn't need to be.
Well,
in
she
the
had a
movie.
connection to.
Yeah, but what was it? I have no idea.
I don't know.
She was just weird.
We're not a spoiler show either.
Yeah, but anyways, I think there was a character that was kind of unnecessary, or if it was necessary, I didn't think that they explained very well how.
Yeah.
And then that part, there was another thing too that we were confused by. I don't remember now.
I don't know. The car accident. That was one too.
Oh yeah,
Where it's like
that just
who
happened.
hit them, and of course it just happened to be in that location.
Yeah.
But
there was just
anyways,
there was some confusing parts that I think either just went over my head or I didn't think that it really mattered that it was included.
yeah.
That made me give it the 3.
But good movie.
Oh, yeah, it was very good. It made me want to see the first one. Now we have to watch the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a prequel.
I didn't either. Honestly, I thought it was just like I don't even if I thought it was a sequel or what, but just in the world of The Omen, like.
I didn't even know there was a world. I had no idea how many movies there were.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I didn't. I mean, I thought there was something called The Last Omen.
There might be. I don't know.
There's not though. I looked up the franchise and I don't know. That just sounded. The Last Omen sounded familiar to me.
It sounds like it definitely would be a movie. Why do you say? It's off topic, but Joel just texted me Pavel and Luan going to Dave's. Okay.
Should we go?
What's at Dave's? I'm not hungry.
Oh, I guess you're. I don't know. Ask.
Well, I said kind of jokingly, like, who wants to go get a drink? Half jokingly, because part of me wants to, but now he said he's going to Dave's. I don't know.
I don't know.
You're exhausted. She was yawning her ass off before
I'm a
this.
little
I
more
don't want to
awake
do
now,
it.
actually.
I don't want to do it.
Whoa. I did not say I didn't want to do it.
Kinda.
You inferred.
Well, whatever.
But I feel more awake now. My eyes are pretty tired, but my brain's awake.
I think it was good timing to do this. I felt.
I was
in me that we
thinking
had
about
to.
it. I was
Yeah.
thinking about it like a couple days ago, and then I thought about it before you said it.
I look at it the same way as running. Well, I love running now, and I'm really never have this issue anymore. But you don't want to get started. You don't want to get set up for it. You don't. But once you're doing it,
Yes.
you're having a great time.
100%.
And once you
100%.
finish, you're like, I'm glad I did that.
I'm just lazy, I think.
Yeah, me too.
That's all.
Me too.
Like getting the wires untangled.
Right.
It takes 2 seconds, but I'm just lazy.
But if you have to do the graphics, which this time I told you didn't have to.
It made
So
me
that's
way
a big
more willing
plus.
to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then as soon as you said I don't have to do anything, I was like, all right, maybe I'm in.
I think in only major. I guess we could have included some pictures of our trip, but
We didn't even really talk about it.
we haven't, and we're already 30 minutes in.
To Florida.
Yeah,
I think we mentioned that we were going.
and we definitely did. Yeah, and we showed pictures of where we were going to go. So
Yes.
I mean, it was Florida. We drove the Keys and
It was
we
awesome.
jet skied and
was
we
warm.
snorkeled and we
Saw alligators.
saw alligators and we
Went
got
on
a
a boat cruise.
Airbnb owner maybe arrested. I don't know.
No, we did not get him arrested.
Well, he wasn't supposed to have one, and the person at the front desk didn't seem happy
But
to
he also
find out
didn't.
that he
He
did
also
have one.
still let us up. He knew exactly what we were doing. And
Yeah, but
just
he
was
probably
like,
shut it down after the fact.
I don't know.
Pretty wild shit. But yeah, we landed
rented
in
a
Miami
truck.
after midnight. So, and I was anticipating going out and having a great time, but the thing I forgot about, we were fucking sick. I
Both
was
of us.
throwing up my brains.
Down. We were down.
Yeah, man.
Down in different ways, but we were both down.
Real bad. We rallied pretty quick though.
Yeah, we did. I mean, you had the stomach bug straight up.
Yeah, it's honestly top 5 sickest I've ever been.
Yeah. I think I just had a cold. I don't even think it was like the flu or anything. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I think I genuinely just had a cold, but I was being kind of a baby about it.
It's just kind of crazy that you never. Well, maybe you
got
did have the stomach
Yeah,
bug in a different way, but
I might have. But it wasn't like intense. It was just like normal. I mean, not normal, but it wasn't like intense. Like I was dying on the toilet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it was kind of just like, oh, this is just happening
Right.
for a little bit. But then I think I was just distracted because I was also just sick. So I was just like, all right, that was more important to me, I guess.
See, for me, I was at her house and I ate these spicy chips, and my stomach started to hurt, and I just assumed that it was because of the chips. And now I think I can never touch those chips again,
The Quest
even though they
chips.
weren't.
They were like protein chips. Well, we also knew that your mom had the stomach bug before, but we thought you were in the clear. And then
Yeah.
that's why we thought it was the chips.
Right.
It was not the chips.
Dude, I fucking threw up how many times? 4 times in your bathroom. And you went to work,
Yeah.
and I was like dead. I was like, do I stay here? Do I try to go home? So I got one last puke out, and then I was like, all right,
I gave
fuck
you a
it.
trash bag.
Yeah, so you
for the
gave me a
car.
trash bag, and I made it up until Waltham, so I had like 15, 20 minutes left.
Halfway there.
Dude, I had freaking the trash bag up against my chin while driving. Just
You should
thrown
have
up.
pulled over.
I should have,
Probably
but I
would've
just
been bad.
I didn't have a brain at that moment. I was just I don't want to talk about it. It's making me
Yeah.
it's giving
Are
me
you gonna throw up
PTSD.
right
So
now?
awful. So awful. But anyways, we had a great trip to Florida.
We did so much in
It
so
was
little
awesome.
time.
Yeah. And we already think about our next trips. We have a couple little ones coming up. We're going hiking next week.
We have a
and we're
lot
staying
going
a
on
night.
this month.
This month? April?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on. I'm going to Maine
Bunch.
tomorrow.
You're going where?
To Maine.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
You're going to Portland. Yeah, I'm jealous. I've never been to Portland when it's nice out. That's on my list.
I've been to a concert when it's nice out, and then I went when we were.
But
For
never
New
really
Year's.
spent
No, I've
time
never seen it in like
downtown.
the daytime, actually, at
Yeah,
all.
what the fuck? It's only an hour and a half
I've
away.
never seen it in the daytime.
I'm jealous.
But
You
so
have
I'm
2
going
nights.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to the Cape, but Alyssa's Cape house was not gonna be open in time. Like the water wasn't gonna be turned on because no one's been there all winter, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So last minute we changed it. We're going to Portland, and then we're going on our hike next week
Yes.
in New Hampshire. And then Jess's birthday is the weekend after. We're probably gonna go. I think she wants to go to a Red Sox game, so
Which
that's
would
gonna
be
fun.
awesome. Yeah.
And then we have the Red Sox game we're gonna go to like next week,
Mm-hmm.
and then the movies.
A lot
A
happening.
lot of things going on.
And it's good for me to just do shit and get my mind off of the rest of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a good transition to just talk about what's changed in my life, if that's
Yeah.
okay. Because we should probably finish up soon.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want to. So when he said Dave's, he meant Dave and Buster's. So I might just
Oh, I
pop
was
by
thinking
for
hot
one drink
chicken.
and then say goodbye.
I was thinking hot chicken.
Well, I mean, you just said Dave's. I mean, when you
Dave's
say
hot chicken, right? Yeah.
that, yeah, that's what I assumed.
I was like, it's a little early for that.
Yeah, man. I said, yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, what happened to you?
So something happened at my job that made me uncomfortable, so I decided to leave.
That feels
Very,
like so long ago too.
right? Eh, Very distant memory at this point. Um, was it an impulse decision? Maybe. But did it work out? I would say most definitely yes. Um, so I now am an after school teacher. And it's such a different vibe because, for many reasons, you're working after school hours after the kids have already gone through a whole day of school.
Mm-hmm.
So it puts you in kind of a weird place where you need to respect that they've been in school all day and, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
They're kind of tired and burnt
yeah.
out, and
And you respect that they want to kind of do their own thing and have their own type of fun. But it's a very structured environment where we have to provide fun for them in almost every instance. And you have to be super creative with what you plan, what you do. And I had mentioned on here I want to be a PE teacher. So my role primarily is to, luckily, I just can't believe I stumbled into this, is to do PE-like games. And it's a lot of pressure to get it all right and to get them all engaged in it and
because you also have to have
constantly
like
come up with new
backups
stuff.
depending on like what type of
Yeah, so
surface you're on, and
so there's three areas you can be. You can be on turf, you can be on a hard top, or you could be inside. And you going into the day, you don't know where you're going to be because all the other teachers have different plans, and you don't discuss plans with the other teachers until you're actually there, day of.
mm-hmm.
So you need to have a ton of stuff to go to, and it's been a major challenge. And I get very anxious that maybe I'm not doing well enough. But I have a good group around me, very supportive group, and I said to you yesterday. Shit, what did I say?
About work.
Yeah, I was like, oh goddamn. I feel like at my previous jobs, my style wasn't necessarily embraced.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I was with a lot of older people. I think that definitely has something to do with it. I think our generation has a different approach to education than the older folk.
Mm-hmm.
We understand the kids better, and we just have a more, I don't want to speak for everybody my age that's in education, but more loose approach. And, you know, I don't know the exact word for it, but different from what the older folks believe in. And I just feel like in my previous jobs, it wasn't completely a fit. And here I feel like I have fit in, and I've been accepted for having that style. And I feel important. I feel wanted. I feel needed. And it's a good feeling. I don't feel like I'm under a microscope and I have to be somebody that I'm not. I
And
feel
they're
like I
like
can really be
praising you
myself and
for
I feel
like
appreciated.
they're like praising you for like things that you're like, oh, like we couldn't do this without you, like you do a really good job, and
Right.
like telling you that you do a good job instead of being like, well, you should do this better instead.
Mm-hmm. It makes me feel really good. And I think it's good to feel a certain level of anxiousness and nervousness because that means I care.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just a weird person. I'm very shy, but I'm not at the same time. So it's hard for me to get to know coworkers, but I know that if I just be myself, I'll be well liked. So it's a battle for me, but we're making it work, and
I
I'm
think you're
happy
doing
where
a very
I'm
good
at right
job.
now. What'd you say?
I think you're doing a good job.
Oh, thank you
I
very
can
much.
tell you like what you're doing better.
That I'm doing better.
That
What?
you like what you're doing better.
Oh yes, definitely.
Like the environment better.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really like dread going to work, it seems.
No, and it's shorter hours too. I
You
don't
get
get.
to sleep in.
I get. s-
You get to like
Excuse me.
do your mornings, do your
Mm.
thing, and then you go.
Yep. And it gives me options too. I can either get hired full time here, or I can throw a part time job along with it, a third one. And either way, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And I just always have the stress about me that I'm not doing well enough, but I just need to chill the hell out.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks. I hope everyone at my work feels the same. I've been told that for the most part, but I'm an anxious motherfucker. So even though I don't show it, they tell me that you are so calm and so cool. And I'm like, yeah, man. But you don't fucking know what goes on behind the scenes. I'm a nervous little boy, but it's all right.
Nervous little boy.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm nervous too.
Yeah, you definitely are. But you seem cool on the outside too, because I remember you said that to your friends, and they were like, "What? No way, no way, you're anxious and all that."
I think when I get, what makes me, at least in like a work environment, when I get anxious is when other people aren't stressed in a situation where I feel like they should be.
Mm.
But if everyone else is like stressed out, I'm usually the one that can like keep people calm and be like, okay, everything's fine. And like, I'll kind of like focus in on things and like
Well, that's
perform. I've
interesting.
like performed my best when other people are stressed.
But not you.
It like makes me less stressed knowing that other people are stressed.
That makes sense, though.
And then, but I'm like saying like if it's super busy at work, let's say, and everyone's kind of just like lollygagging around and like not taking it seriously, that's when I get stressed.
Mm.
But if they're like more stressed than they need to be, I feel less stressed because I'm like, okay, I can like be the presence that calms them down.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
But when they're not stressed and I feel like they should be, then that's when I get stressed, which is kind of weird. But
no, that makes sense to me.
yeah,
I think that means like you like to be in control. Like when you feel a certain way but others don't, you kind of lose that sense of control almost. So that kind of freaks you out.
yeah,
And
because I don't
the
like
other
to
side
tell
of it.
people what to do, even though that's a very big part of my job. But
you don't tell people what to do.
No, I'm not very good at confrontation.
Yeah.
Because then I don't like to seem like mean and bossy.
I know.
So I like try to find a way to tell them what to do that's like nice and like encouraging and like makes them want to do the things that I'm telling them to do.
Do you think a part of it too is that you like to be liked? You don't like to be disliked?
Yes.
I'm the same damn
100%.
way. Yeah.
Especially when I overthink that they are disliking me when no one does.
Yeah.
Get in my head.
Yeah.
A
And
nervous
it's
little
very
girl.
easy to get in your own head. It's life, man.
My boss makes it pretty easy to not take things too seriously, though. Every
Yeah.
time I think I should be taking something too serious, it just makes a joke. And I'm like, okay, this isn't that serious.
But he'd be a scary guy if I'd never seen him in a state of anger or
I've
nervousness
never
or
seen him
anything.
angry. He just gets very stressed and like overwhelmed, and then I'm like, whoa, calm down. It's like kind of funny, but it's not. But he's like a hurricane. Like he always like comes in to try to help and makes things worse. And I'm like, you're making the place a mess. You need to. We call him Hurricane Ohad whenever he like.
I've never heard that one, really.
Yeah, he jumps in. He's like a hurricane.
That sounds like it could be the name of a hurricane. Should
Maybe it
the
will be
next
one day.
Hurricane Ohad. That's hilarious.
I think it goes in alphabetical order.
it does.
What was the last
I
one
have no
called?
freaking clue. No idea. I was going to ask you the same thing. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It was a pretty big one, wasn't it? The one that like destroyed Florida.
I have no
Is
memory
this
at
your
all. That's something I've also realized.
I just
My
started
memory
feeling heat.
just goes to shit. Yeah, I don't know.
I know. I'm pretty sure Florida just got destroyed last year. Remember? Like how
No,
bad
that
it was?
sounds very familiar.
But
yeah.
I don't know the name of it.
No, me neither. No clue.
The
But
only
I do vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you turn the space heater on?
Did I turn the space heater on?
Hot. I
No.
can feel heat.
Yeah, we're talking. We have blankets on.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
Cool.
Has anything else changed?
Um,
Anything fun?
I really don't think so.
No. When does softball start?
Oh fuck, I forgot about that.
Because I want to go to all the games.
We're like 2 weeks away, and I haven't even. I applied to the club. What is it? What are we
right.
now? That was the end of March, so I was supposed to hear back by now. I don't know if they denied me. They might have.
Why would they deny you? How do you get denied?
You see,
From a men's club.
I don't know.
Don't you just have to be a man?
Some of the questions were kind of borderline ridiculous. And I don't even necessarily remember what they are, but asking like, do I have a... It wasn't worded this way, but it was like, do I have any intention of overthrowing the government? That was on there. I swear to God. You can ask Bill. It wasn't worded that way, but that was
What
the
do
message.
they think you're gonna do? The local government or like the federal government?
I don't know. I don't know. It just had bizarre questions on there, and I was like, I'm just fucking writing random shit here. I don't know.
I feel like it's
So-
gotta be pretty hard to be denied from like a
You'd
men's
think.
club.
Maybe I wrote that I do plan to overthrow the government, and that was that's
Don't
where
you
they
just
drew the
need
line.
to like drink beer, smoke cigars, and that's it.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back in there.
Maybe have facial hair, but you have that, so I don't know why they would deny you.
Well, I'm gonna have to go back in there and see what the hell's going on. I'm a little afraid. Maybe like
I would be afraid. I wouldn't want to step foot in there.
Yeah. So we'll see. But softball is gonna be pretty freaking cool if I
Do you guys have practices, or do you just do
No,
games?
we just go for it. I've never hit a softball in my life. I've played baseball for years, but softball's a completely different thing.
It's just a bigger ball, and you underhand throw it, and that's it.
Yeah, but it's different. For one, the ball's fucking huge, and then you gotta.
Shouldn't that be easier?
But yeah, but you don't. It's different because in baseball you swing. There's no. I don't want to say there's no strategy to it, but generally speaking, the goal is to just hit the ball. Where in softball is to hit the ball to a certain location. Like you got to be more strategic with it. So it's a different kind of thing. But
I was terrible at softball when I played.
yeah, it doesn't seem like your sport at all.
Oh, I hated it.
You're an outfielder.
Yeah, that's where the bad people went. Was in the outfield.
I pitched, but the outfield was my secondary position.
Yeah, because people probably hit it out there.
Not
they wanted
not in
you
girls,
out there.
little girls softball. Yeah.
In softball, no one hits it out there.
You're
so
probably
that's where they.
wandering around everywhere playing with the grass and.
Oh, I definitely didn't pay attention.
That's
I was
funny.
like looking at other things, and then of course that was the one time that the ball would get hit to me. I was scared of it too. You try to ask me to catch a pop fly? No way. I'd get scared.
Even still,
Yes,
I want to play catch with a baseball with you or softball.
I'd get
too.
scared.
I'd
My
have
dad
fun.
used to yell at me and Dan, because Dan played baseball at the same time, and we'd be scared of the ball. And he was like, "Why?"
Yeah,
are you
no,
scared?
that's just as crazy to me as that Dan played baseball. I can't imagine that either.
I think he was also in the outfield.
No, you're a running family.
Yeah, no, there's no other athleticism in there at all.
Running's the best one. So
We tried, but it just did not work.
it's all good. You're good runners.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. I'm gonna go. I don't know if you want to, but I'm just gonna go
Okay.
for a drink and then bail.
Perfect.
It's 10:30, so
Yeah, it's early.
you're saying it's late when it was 9:15. You said, "Oh, it's too late to do the show." I'm like, "Girl,
Well, here
it's
we are.
9:15."
So
Yeah, here we are, 47 minutes in.
Perfect.
And I think that was a pretty kick-ass show. I'm proud of it.
I had a good time. A little date night.
Yeah.
Fun.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Are there any fans left? Or did they all
I know.
leave
We're probably going to
after
get
2 months?
one view. It's going to be your dad. And that's it. I
My
don't even know
mom
if
will
my
watch
parents will
too.
watch this.
And then it's leave 4 comments.
Yeah. Your mom's a
She
big
loves
commenter.
the comments.
Yeah, no, I think it's very sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my God. She left me a note today. Did you see it?
No.
She put on she wrote a little note on the lemon seltzers, and she said, "Justin, I left one for you. Take it." Essentially,
Oh, so you could take the
that's
last
fucking
one.
sweet. I should have texted her,
Oh.
but I'll text her tomorrow. That was very sweet because I did drink it on my way home this morning.
You did
so.
take it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're the
that's
best. I
cute.
know you're listening. That's
Aw.
very fucking sweet.
That's cute.
Okay,
Alrighty.
let's get out of here.
Do you have any closing words?
Uh,
You usually have something good to say.
my closing words is
Are.
oh.
It's
Don't
empty.
spill the
It's
beer.
Empty.
No, there's
My
a
closing
couple
words
sips left.
are.
That don't be afraid to do something new / different if you feel like that it's right for you.
I like
Don't
that.
be afraid to take a risk.
I like that.
Trust yourself that it'll pay off. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All
On
right,
that note-
folks. We'll see you God knows when.
Hopefully
Whenever we
not in
choose to.
less than 2 months.
Yeah. All righty. Thanks for tuning in. Not just
Bye.
sports.